warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will conducting a moisture content for my soil sample. Firstly, we clean and dry the glass jar. Make sure it is completely dry. Then we measure the glass jar and we assume it is a W1. Then we put our soil sample in the glass jar. Then we measure the glass jar that contain our soil sample. Take the weight and we assume as W2. Open it for 5 minutes. After drying our soil sample, we reweight and we assume the glass jar is W3, and then we can calculate our moisture content of our soil sample. For conducting a particle density test, firstly we clean our glass jar. We weight our glass jar. Then we put our soil sample in the glass jar. Then we weight our glass jar that contain our soil sample. And we assume that this is M2. And we fill the glass jar with water, about half glass jar. Then we record our sample, and this is we assume as M3. Then we leave the glass jar for 2 hours. Then we clean up the glass jar. After empty the glass jar, we wipe it again. Then fill the glass jar with water. Then we record it. Then we record as M4. With all this data, we can calculate our particle density of our soil sample. For conducting particle size and grading for my soil sample, firstly, we need to weight our soil sample. In order to get our soil sample, we need to subtract the weight of container without soil and with soil. Then we put our soil sample in the sieve. After put our soil sample in the sifter, we shake it. After we sieve, we get our fine soil. Then we calculate the weight of the fine soil. We calculate the mass of the fine soil. So in the result, this is our fine soil that I achieved from my soil sample. Firstly, we weight the sand cone. Okay, this is the initial mass of our pouring cylinder.
Next, we mark a hole at our side area. Then we put the excavated soil into the container.
Dah.
Then we put our pouring cylinder at the center of the excavated hole. Then we wait until there is no further movement of the rice.
Next, we weight the mass of excavated soil. Finally, we calculate the final weight of the sand pouring cylinder. For conducting the permeability test, firstly we mark H1 and H2 at our bottle. Then we put our soil sample in our plastic bottle that have outflow. We put a straw as a outflow. Then we measure the diameter of this plastic bottle and length of this plastic bottle. After that, we fill our water until H1 and record the time as well as the water reach H1. Next, we will record the initial reading of H1 and time as T1. Then we'll let for a few minutes until it drops to H2 and take the final reading.